Okay, I was told there was going to be someone in the house when this happens.
Is that funny?
There we go. Okay, before I get started, I would like to give special thanks to Deb and the other people behind the scenes for all that you do. I appreciate the fact that you hold this event every year, and so thank you. My name is Alice Cruz, and I am a survivor of 15 years this coming May. It hardly seems possible that the type of cancer that I was diagnosed with, it didn't have a very good survival rate at the time, and back then my survival rate was supposed to be 5 to 10 years. So I'm very blessed. When I was asked to speak, I asked Deb what I was supposed to talk about, and she says, oh, just talk about your journey. So, well, here it goes. I'm going to start by saying that I'm a Christian, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, and this here is my family. Cancer changes everything. It changes your plans, your body. Believe it or not, this is not the way I felt that I would look. It changes your sense of tomorrow. Today I'm going to talk to you about strength, courage, and faith. This is my story from heartbreak to blessing. Every survivor here knows real strength. I needed to constantly remind myself that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. However, from the very first moment, this is what I hear. You have cancer. Whoa, I could have heard that right. I felt a lump, but it was just supposed to be fatty tissue. It wasn't supposed to be breast cancer. After hearing those words, I started to plan my funeral. After all, cancer didn't have much hope in my family. Sorry. You see, my brother-in-law passed when he was 29. That was after 5 years of being in remission. And then there was my mother, who, she ended up hospitalized in 2000. She never got to see me graduate from Iowa State. I was the first one in my family and the only one to graduate. So was I next? I needed to refocus. Finding strength is what I needed to do for my family. I had to show up for appointments on the most difficult days when I knew what was coming around the bend. I needed to find strength when I was afraid. At one point, my whole body was covered in rash, and that led to shingles. Finally, I needed the strength to live again. This was, and still is, not as easy as it sounds. As you all know, with every little ache, there's something that places in the back of our mind. The second quality I required was courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward with that fear. So what is courage? It's hearing the diagnosis and having to tell my children. Courage is taking the next step. The reality was I wasn't in control. And finally, courage is choosing hope. The hope that I will someday meet my grandchildren. The hope that God will use me and I might be a light to others. And I did make it. My grandchildren are back there along with my family. My daughter is home today sick with strep. I wish they would have been here, but it's better they're not. So one way to try to be a light was I took up CaringBridge. I was not permitted to return to work with my role with my students. So that led me to a decision to take some time off. As a result, I sought out CaringBridge to take care of my emotions. That was a platform for me. It provided me with a space to express my feelings. This led to the most important aspect of my journey, my faith. The picture here is of myself and my daughter. This is the one that's not here today. A month after surgery, Brittany and Josh got married. I still had the drain tubes in, and nothing was going to get in the way of that. Before the ceremony, I sat down and prayed for her and her marriage. It was very important that my family know that Christ has to be the center. I learned many lessons. The biggest one was to let go and let God. The verse that I continued to hold on to during this time was from James 1:2-4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so you may be mature and complete and lacking nothing. It was through my journey that my faith reminded me that I was not alone. There was a purpose beyond my plan, and keep going because God was by my side. So, may I never forget my heartfelt blessings. Dr. Pro, she is truly a divine gift. You know it. For those of you that had Dr. Pro, is the most awesome person in the world. No matter how long you spent in the office, you were her sole focus during that time. My cancer family, the woman in the pink shirt was instrumental in saving my life. While I was receiving my final carboplatin treatment, I began to struggle with breathing. My daughters, Brittany, were there and quickly called the nurse. This was the only instant when Dave wasn't by my side. The other women were also there, incredibly supportive and standing by me every step of the way. Finally, Dave, he's my rock. I could never have navigated this journey without him. He was there through my highs and my lows. I was also blessed to be part of a fundraiser for a mammogram machine that later diagnosed my niece's breast cancer. Not only did I participate in the Rock Valley fundraiser, but I was part of the Pink Gloves campaign. We won 3rd place and raised money for the American Cancer Society. Finally, I was blessed to have a remarkable family. God has blessed me with a family that truly cares for each other. So, focus on the positives in life. If you are a breast cancer survivor or another cancer survivor, and you're wanting some adventure, come join Life is Bliss Dragon Boat team here in Ames. They have a practice once a week in the summer at Ada Hayden. Life doesn't end with cancer. Instead, it gives us the opportunity to take advantage of all that life has to offer. And remember, throughout the journey, there are 3 things that are needed. First, strength. Strength is not something we choose, it is something we discover. Second, courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is moving forward with fear. And finally, faith. Faith carried me through when my strength ran out. So thank you for allowing me to come to speak to you today. I hope you leave with these 2 takeaways. First, find blessings. Each day, look at the good in life. Thank God for your family, your friends, and find joy. Second, have faith. During each step of the way, God is with us. He doesn't always promise that things will go well, but he promises never to leave us. God is good all the time. Thank you.